Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Round. I'm your host, Matt Moore, and we are here to discuss Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 4, which is known as Book Strangers. Let's introduce the panel. Let's start with Charles. Charles, what did you think of the episode?
I liked it. I thought it was great. There was a lot of moments in the episode that were enjoyable. One in particular involved a staring match between Tormund and Brienne.
That wasn't a staring match, Charles.
I know what it was. Tormund was basically thinking in his head, I'm going to fuck that.
And Lou, what did you think of the episode?
Thought the episode was great. Nice pace. I mean, they're not bullshitting this season. Everything is moving right along.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how about you, Isaiah? What did you think of this episode?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't bad. I loved the beginning, but it was okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I think that this was the worst episode of the season. Which it was still great. It just, all the other episodes this season have been great as well, and this was slightly less great than them.
I can understand why.
Would you guys agree?
Nope. Your
Yeah,
opinion is invalid.
I agree with it though.
As
And
far
I
as
think this episode...
the only great scene this episode was the last scene.
Really? I would disagree with it. The first scene was my favorite. Like the first scene was actually better than the last one. But
So, seeing Sansa see her brother was better than looking at a pair of tits.
I'm actually a little confused about that. It's like during the scene where we see Daenerys Targaryen clearly nude.
Yes,
I
let's
thought
jump to
she
the
was
end.
not. She was not. That was someone else. That was a bike.
It was not a body double.
My
She
question
come out
is,
and said it that herself. That was her.
Woo.
I could, but my thing. Oh my God! Come on.
Charles, let me interrupt.
My
because
point-
I know exactly what you're gonna say, and I'm not gonna start saying it. Is that the actress who plays that character, Emilia Clarke, has made sure that in her contract she's no longer required to do nude scenes, and that is correct. She's no longer required to do nude scenes. She was not required to do this one either. She volunteered to do this one because she's okay with nudity if it pushes the story forward, and it does.
And as long as it's not a sex scene,
So
she doesn't have a problem.
So basically, she says that she's not willing to do a nude scene just for the sake of nudity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
She's only willing to do it if it progresses the story.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, that actually makes sense now.
And
Yeah,
the fact that she was not required to do it basically also helped as well.
Yeah.
They didn't force her to do it. They wrote it in and said, "Hey, are you okay with this?" And she's all like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, because you could walk out of a fucking hut that's blazing fire and your clothes stay intact. What a way to sell a scene.
Yeah, but they could have done what they did a couple episodes ago, where they stripped her naked, but you didn't actually see her naked.
Right.
You mean last episode?
Was that last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
But in any case, she went from like slave to queen of the Dothraki in
Whoa.
literally like a 5-minute period of time.
Yeah. That was like, damn, that was quick. No dragging, no nothing.
Pulls that shit so fucking.
The thing
It's crazy.
that confused me about that is that I didn't think that's how Dothraki culture worked. I thought that I didn't think a woman could lead them.
Dude, think of it in this essence. Fire. Bitch walks out of fire. She's the only one standing.
Yeah,
you
she's
gonna
magic.
kneel
Yeah.
before her because you gonna look at her as a god.
Yeah, she's
Which
fucking
she is.
that.
Yeah.
And that's just it. Is
She's
remember
not a goddess.
Khal Drogo, he had a certain way that he thought of things. He thought, you know what, women was subservient, and that was it. That's how it works. And
Caveman days.
before he died, like, bitch was riding him like he was the stallion, and instead of the other way around. And that's just it. Is she is always been the exception. And I think that any woman that is strong enough, of course you have to be extremely strong, but any woman that's strong enough would be able to do that.
Right.
She's just the first one that has. Because she fucking
Okay,
took all the calls. I mean, there is no call to be seen.
Right.
They were barbecued.
Yeah, like, damn, that catched on fire really quick. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
Fucking fast.
It's obvious.
The people that were in charge of the armies, yes, they're dead. That's would generally be considered a bad thing. But they're also the people who made the women subservient, who fucking like beat children if they wanted to, who fucking beat their
The worst of the worst.
if they wanted to, who fucking like encourage things like fucking horses. Like it's possible that she's going to bring the Dothraki a little bit of semblance of order and
Beat your wife for having a girl. Beat your wife for having a girl. Break a couple of her ribs.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I wanted a boy, bitch. Praise.
what do you mean you don't want to have sex tonight? You're one of my 8 wives. You have to have sex with me. It's like, no.
I heard that before. Oh, yes.
But in any case, so I think that there are going to be some who are like, okay, basically we're going to worship her like a god. We're going to have some that are just like, okay, we're going to follow her because she fucking took out all the calls and we don't want her to fucking come after us. And then we're going to have others that are like, she liberated us. She's made us free.
Especially the old women.
Well,
Yeah.
She's not going to
clearly this is going to make Daenerys Targaryen even more powerful. Not just having the army of the Unsullied, the Second Sons. Now she has the entire horde of the Dothraki. Yeah, Westeros doesn't stand a chance.
That's just it. You got to take her fucking cities back first.
Yeah, from the Harpies.
She had 3 fucking cities. The second she disappeared, it got dropped down to 1, and the only reason she has that 1 is because she left leadership there.
Right.
The other 2 are back in the hands of the slavers again, just as bad as they were before she went and freed everyone. So she needs to take those fucking cities back. She needs to establish some sort of
Ground.
real leadership at those locations before she.
They have 7 years to eliminate slavery.
What's that?
They have 7 years to eliminate slavery, according to the Will of the War.
No, that's just it. Is they set that up? They're like, yeah,
Right.
like if
It's a ruse.
make the Sons of the Harpies go away, we're going to give you this 7-year period of time. And you know what? That is a Xanatos response.
Right.
It's a TV trope. Xanatos was a character in the cartoon show Gargoyles. Anytime he won, awesome. Anytime he lost, he still won because his backup plan or his fallback point was still a win for him. And that is kind of what Tyrion did here. Is he's all like, all right, so get rid of the Sons of the Harpy, which is his true goal.
Right.
And we're still going to come after you. We're still going to stop you from having slaves, but not for another 7 years. Now, Tyrion knows, and this was my thinking the entire time. Tyrion knows that the slavers are all in on that because a lot of shit can go down in 7 years.
Right.
Who knows whether or not Daenerys is even going to be around in 7 years? Who knows if she's going to be around in 7 days? Because we don't fucking know where the fuck she is.
Right.
So slavers are doing that, banking on the idea that they can fucking have slaves if they want forever.
Yeah, which is going to be their weakness, though. They're being careless, like, oh, she's not going to come back for this. It's like, that's how politics works sometimes, or most times. Like, fools are someone who thinks they're smarter, but they're not smart. Tyrion's smart at all and put together.
But Tyrion knows that they are thinking this because he's played the political game for a long fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
So before they backstab Tyrion, Tyrion's going to backstab them. Like,
right, he has one
like
ace of
the
business
second
sleep.
Daenerys shows up with the Dothraki, he's going to be like, yeah, I did this, and I told them that so long as they stopped. So basically, he got rid of the Sons of the Harpy. They're gone by the time she comes back.
Right.
And now she's free to do whatever the fuck she wants, including kill all the fucking masters.
Right, because it's going to be like a big smoke screen. Like, yes, we're going to wait for 7 years, but naturally, we're going to pretty much take over your shit when she comes back. So,
And all she has to do to be able to do that is she'd say, yeah, that's what he said, but he said it without my say-so.
Right.
And will be appropriately punished.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's on his head. She doesn't take the blame for it. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. And her punishment to him will probably be an extra keg of mead.
Yeah, because...
Like, here's your punishment. You have to drink this mead, like, tonight.
But I think I like that scene the most because people who didn't understand politics at all were really mad at Tyrion. Like, he accepted for what it was. Like, yeah, they can be mad at me for all they want, but I'm doing for the greater good for them and for their queen and for this city. So he's playing the long game. He's playing the long game where they're not playing the long game at all.
What Daenerys needs to realize is she disbanded slavery, but the slaves still want you to be slaves because that's all they know.
Yeah, purpose. They have no purpose in life.
They don't understand how to go out and fetch for their own. They only know how to be a slave.
Right.
So she needs to realize keeping the slaves at bay with their masters could be good for everyone in the long term, and that's what Tyrion is doing.
Right.
I mean, dude, you sound like a goddamn hype man saying, yeah, right, yeah,
Look, I agree with you. I'm not going to say I don't agree with you. I agree with you.
Jesus Christ, you've been fucking saying yeah and right for the past 10 minutes. I'm thinking you're fucking Funkmaster Flex over here and shit, hyping the crowd.
Isn't that a good thing?
No, zipping your mouth is a good thing.
In any case,
fucking the crowd.
Right. It's like, that's a good thing, though, so that's a good thing.
We don't need you to move the crowd, dude. The crowd's already
Lou,
on our side.
Lou, let's stop talking about the episode and actually talk about the episode, please. Go on. What were you saying, Lou, before you
I finished.
went after Isaiah? Okay. Damn it. So, in any case, yeah, so we end up... Tyrion is, when it got a master manipulator. There is no one better at manipulating people. Cersei is not as good at manipulating people as Tyrion is, because Tyrion's had to do it more. And so when they're like, well, the slavers are used to being in charge, like they're the ones that are controlling you, you're not controlling them. It's like, I don't think Grey Worm knows who he's fucking talking to.
Mm-mm.
I mean, Tyrion is the slickest motherfucking slick that's ever slicked the seven slicks.
I agree with that. I mean, he's been around the block a few times. And I like what the female said. How long have you been a slave?
It was like 3 days. Come on, that counts.
There was some slick talk amongst the three of them, but, I mean, it seems to be Grey Worm is the dumbest of them all.
Yeah,
I am just a patrol man. I fight when I need to fight.
And Grey Worm, I mean, he's kind of got a point because he doesn't fucking know who Tyrion is. But here's the thing: is that they're cut from the same cloth, and I'm talking Cersei and Tyrion. And the reason being is because of the fact that Cersei and Tyrion, Daenerys and Tyrion, is Daenerys in one episode went from being a slave to being the fucking queen of the Dothraki. Like, it took Tyrion a little bit longer, but not much longer. He doesn't have magic behind him. He only has his mouth. But he went from being a slave to being the queen's right hand in 2 days?
If that.
Yeah. It's like, they're cut from the same fucking cloth when it comes to that, because they both can pull miracles. Now, she has actual magic, but his fucking mouth is a miracle. Because he's just smarter than everyone else in the room.
That is true. Especially that room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's back up. Now that we talked about that, let's back up. Of course, Sansa and Jon Snow are reunited. Jon Snow, right from the beginning, is like, wherever you go, I'm gonna go, because we're not gonna be split up again, which is the smartest thing anyone said in this show ever. Like,
that was an emotional moment, because I mean, you got to think about it. They have not seen each other since season 1.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I liked it so much, because it was like that reunion that everyone's been waiting for, mostly me, and seeing it on screen is like, it's very, very touching. It's very like, wow, that's very, very good.
I'm telling you, if anyone who has ever had the last name Stark or ever was supposed to have the last name Stark were to see each other again, they should never split up ever again.
Ever.
Like, fucking Bran shows up, you fucking throw a chain around his neck and make sure he never leaves.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I don't exactly know how a cripper would be able to run off somewhere. I mean,
Wow.
his legs are busted. He can't move. I don't know. He'd probably dig his hands into the dirt.
Wow.
Wow. Hodor.
Yeah, he's got Hodor. He can control Hodor and have Hodor come get him. But seriously, like no Stark should ever separate from another Stark for any reason ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a stupid idea. It has not gone well for them at all.
I was seeing things that they were like, oh, why didn't they have a little bit more emotion towards the fact that he was brought back to life and she's finding out about that whole situation?
Oh, they kind of skipped over that, though. They
did. This is
We
weird.
never look at it like this.
I looked at the assumption that she knew by the time they were actually talking about it. At one point, they're like, okay, now that you've come, or she didn't actually say come back to life, but after all that's happened, what are you going to end up doing? It's like,
I liked it because the simple fact is, you know what? Let's skip over the stupid shit. Yeah, I was killed. I was brought back to life. What do we do going forward? You know, they didn't need to touch on it that much for us.
Well,
how is Sansa going to react to Melisandre? That's
probably in the essence of thank you for bringing my brother back to life, because I mean that's all she's going to know her as.
Right.
She's not like Brienne, who knows her as.
No, she's
the giver of the spirit, maybe.
Her as the person, as the person who created the ghost or the smoke monster or whatever the fuck it was.
Who cares?
Remember that right now Jon has not only Sansa, but he also has Brienne and he also has Melisandre. Every single one of those motherfuckers are going with Jon, or more to the point, all of those motherfuckers, including Jon, are going with Sansa. Because Sansa's really pushing that particular story. By the way, that letter was fucking fake.
Yeah.
Why was it fake?
That was fake. Sansa censored her fucking self. Wanted to get Jon off his fucking ass to take over.
Come on, that I don't buy that whatsoever. Because one, Sansa didn't know Rickon is back at Winterfell.
She could have found out.
No, she couldn't. She was already on the run.
Winterfell is like a day's ride away. Like, it is the closest fucking castle to where they are.
Dude, Ramsay said it himself he was going to send a letter last episode because he figured out where she was going, towards Castle Black. So that wasn't Sansa sending that letter.
I don't know.
It isn't Sansa at all.
It was rather convenient timing.
It wasn't convenient timing. It all made sense.
It didn't make sense, though.
No, I'll explain to you why it made sense, or why it didn't make sense, is because it did make sense. It made too much sense. It was like, imagine a cartoon, and you've got the bad guy in the cartoon, and the bad guy ends up sending the good guys a letter that explains their entire fucking plan and how they're going to pull it off.
Well, that's a trope.
What that letter was. This is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do if you do this, and this is what I'm going to do when you do that. Like, he literally gives them everything that he wants and why.
Isaiah, hold on.
Like, oh my God.
You know why he does that? Because he has cojones. He thinks he's untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, the reason why he's doing that is because he is an idiot. All he knows is that Ramsay is a dumbass. His father knew this. Roose Bolton knew this. This is exactly why. Roose Bolton knew this. That's why he actually wanted to have a son with the wife, because he didn't want Ramsay to become in power. And Ramsay knew this. That's why he killed his father and his brother.
Because he felt it was once his mother had the boy, he knew his days were numbered, especially since Sansa took off. That's why he killed the father. He's playing the game of, I already beat one. I beat Stannis' army. He thinks that's the only army that he would ever have to face. And he's forgetting that Jon Snow is going to command an army with Sansa's help. Because now you got Littlefinger who's going to deploy their troops in Sansa's name. So that's going to give him. And then now Jon Snow has the Wildling leader, which is willing to back Jon Snow with his 2,000 troops.
And that was another reason I thought that it was made up. Is because of the
Made
fact
up,
that
dude.
why the fuck was Ramsay bringing up the wildlings?
Because
because
everyone's bringing up the wildlings because Jon Snow let them through the gate.
Pissed off the wildlings.
Also, you should remember, Ramsay, he's a narcissist. He likes to glow. He likes to do everything, get people under their skin. Like, oh yeah, so you have the wildlings. I have your brother, so come get him and see what happens. He does this all the time with a lot of people.
That's the game he's playing. Remember,
Right.
Jon Snow knows more of the political game a little bit. Sansa doesn't, but she's willing to learn. Ramsay don't know it at all. All Ramsay knows is, I got 5,000 troops, plus I got this other guy who pledged his loyalty to me that no one knows about just yet. That's more troops. So I have a force to withstand anyone's attack. Remember, he thinks everything is won by sheer force.
Well, that's
When
what he
he
thinks.
fails to realize that, watch, the guy who just gave him Rickon was all a ruse.
Yeah,
He gave him Rickon, hoping that nothing happens to the kid. Granted, we see what happened to Osha, but I think that was her own dumbass fault trying to, kill Ramsay, knowing damn well she's not. She couldn't do it because he was already into all her tricks. Because Theon is a blabbermouth, but granted, he was broken
maybe,
down.
maybe Ramsay didn't want to kill her because he knows so much about her thanks to Theon. He's like, I should kill her now before something bad happens to me.
Yeah. Eliminate her so he doesn't have to worry about her in his sleep.
Right. Which was, I think that was smart, but the same notion, like you said, Lou, he doesn't know nothing about politics. He only thinks about power, and torture, and power. And that's pretty much that's every dictator's downfall. If you think of only power and torture, you're going to lose easily.
The question
I just so you know, I actually was poised to hide you from broadcast if you said the word power one more time in that sentence. But you didn't, so you're good. You said it like 5 times in that one sentence. In any case...
It made sense, though. That's what I thought.
But you don't have the power.
Letter did seem to I'm still not giving up on that letter, because I really think that maybe the letter from Ramsay came in and Sansa got it first, and she ended up rewriting it and then having it redelivered directly to Jon, or something.
No.
That's a stretch.
It was
That's too much of a stretch.
I have to give the writers more credit than that, though. Is because it's just way too fucking convenient that this letter.
That's Ramsay, though. That's Ramsay. He's a narcissist.
At the table.
Okay,
the
Matt.
somehow knew who was going to be sitting at that table before it was written.
He's a narcissist.
No way that could have happened.
Look at it from this perspective. One, Sansa never knew Jon Snow died and was brought back to life.
Okay.
And the second, this season by far has been the fastest paced season we've had in the history of Game of Thrones. That reunion between brother and sister would have taken 4 fucking episodes to accomplish in past tense. The Dany scene, that would have took a whole season to accomplish in past tense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So the writers have now gained perspective of, you know what, we are not going to bullshit because we know damn well we're going to end this shit within 8 seasons. Next season will be a 7-episode season, and the following will be another 6. Instead of just doing it all.
Next season was the last season.
No, they were signed on for 8.
Oh,
okay.
But they're going to do 2 short seasons. Instead of just doing it, season 7 being the whole 13-episode run, if that's what they planned on doing, they want to milk it for what it's worth because HBO, unfortunately, doesn't have another show that they could put in that time slot that's going to be a hit. Everything they tried has failed.
miserably.
So that's why they're going to stretch it for another 2 years. In my point, they should have just made a fucking prequel series, announced a prequel, so when this one ends, we could go back and tell the stories of the Mad King and all that other crazy shit.
Yeah, that would be actually pretty awesome. That would
have, but the powers of be at HBO don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're having a hard time with the West World.
So let me see. We also get a bit of Littlefinger, of course. Littlefinger is talking with Lord Aaron.
I love that scene. I loved it.
Littlefinger is the master of manipulation.
Oh yes, he is. He's good.
Oh
And that's just it,
Lord, he played that
the
whole
master
scene
manipulation,
well.
but I still have to give it to Tyrion because of the fact that everyone knows that he's the master of manipulation, and everybody knows that he's probably lying.
But Littlefinger,
Tyrion isn't lying. He's actually telling the truth
But-
90% of the time when he's doing stuff. So people actually believe him most times because he's probably telling the truth.
But
Yeah,
look what
but-
Littlefinger did. Littlefinger goes and gets a fucking falcon, which to me, which looked like an owl, but whatever.
the kid was stupid enough. He can't tell the difference.
he goes and gets himself a Harry Potter pigeon, brings it to this gullible boy, knowing damn well the boy will, oh, you brought me a present, will back
can't
up
shoot an arrow.
everything he says.
That's not why he backed up anything he says, not because of the present. The present was the icing on the cake.
Well,
He backed up
yes.
anything Littlefinger said because that's his fucking uncle.
Oh,
right,
please.
but that's really his father, though.
Like, yeah.
You're probably right, Isaiah.
I,
You might
But,
be right on
That's
that
just it.
one.
Is Lord Aaron doesn't really have family left. He's got Littlefinger, and that's it.
Yeah, but the bird was like, yeah, he might have listened to Littlefinger, but the bird really drove that line in good.
well,
Yeah.
because Littlefinger, I think he is the smartest one of all of them in the whole show, even Tyrion, because Littlefinger does lie, but those lies actually turn out to be true, depending how he shapes into his own way. That's what makes him so interesting. Makes him so cool. And here is pretty much.
All right, I'm just going to point out that Isaiah just said that yes, Littlefinger sometimes does lie, but sometimes those lies are true. That is what he said. I just
I've
want
yet
to
to
point
see
that
one
out
of Littlefinger's
and not-
lies become true.
because he obviously does not know what the words mean that he's saying. Go on, Isaiah.
Wow, that was fun. Anyways, folks. Now back to us. Yes, look, Littlefinger, he always has to make an objective for himself. He can play the long game. I mean, a very, very long game. Remember in last season, a couple last seasons, that he had climbed to that ladder. He got fight to climb to that top of the ladder. This is what he's doing right here. He's still climbing to the very top to get what he wants the most, which is the Iron Throne, maybe.
I don't think that's what he wants at all. I don't think that's just it. I think that may have been a goal for him, but more and more he's shown that his main goal is to get into Lady Stark's pants.
Well, that's
and
one of the goals.
unfortunately, Lady Stark is dead, so he's going to settle for Sansa.
Well, that's one of his side goals, but the main goal is pretty much Iron Throne.
No. Baelish, I'm not going to call him Littlefinger. I'm calling him Baelish. Baelish does not want the Iron Throne. If anything, Matt is right. He wanted to get into Catelyn Stark's pants, but he can't because, well, she's dead.
Yeah.
And then, of course, so he settled for Sansa. But I think aside from that, the most that he wants is his own land to control for him to be a lord of, which apparently is going to eventually be the Pale. Or is it the
Yeah,
Vale?
but
The Vale. The Vale.
Littlefinger,
Yeah, because I could see this. The moon roof is going to be open one day, and the bird is going to fly out the fucking moon roof, and somehow, some way, no one's going to be in that room but Littlefinger and the little brat, and the little brat's going to fall through the hole, and they're going to blame the bird that he went chasing his bird.
that's how powerful Littlefinger is.
I don't think it's gonna be that subtle. I think Baelish is gonna do to that little bastard the same thing that he did to his mother. He's gonna quite literally throw him out the moon door.
Maybe. We'll see.
But again, Littlefinger, he craves power.
I'm trying to express my hatred for that little spoilt shit.
Yes, that little spoiled shit is...
Well, he is. He can't do shit right. He can't just use a bow and arrow correctly. Like, damn, dude.
Just throw him out the moon door and just wait and just watch until his body hits the rocks below. Watch the body just blow apart from the impact.
Wow.
That would be awesome.
Only Whedon can be this dark. Like, damn.
It's not fucking dark if the little bastard deserves it.
Again, he's the dark one here, and he's pretty much white as Casper. He's very dark.
What? Huh?
All right, so...
Hide him from broadcast for the love of
Very
God.
last thing that we're going to talk about before we're going back to Daenerys, because we should go back to Daenerys.
Yes.
Very last thing that we talked to is that Cersei, Jaime, Kevin, Lady Olanon, or obviously the queen.
Orlena. It's Orlena.
Yeah. What's that?
Orlena.
Olenna, yeah. Basically, they're teaming up against the High Sparrow before Marjorie has to do the Walk of Atonement, which really sucks because I think some of us would enjoy seeing that.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, we would, because we all want to see Natalie Dormer naked. We all do.
Again.
But yeah, was it again? Because when I was getting caught up on the show, I never saw a single scene where she was naked.
Not fully naked, but she was topless a lot.
I never saw that. I never saw that scene.
She was.
Yeah, but no. The thing is that what I'm hoping for is that they are going to strap them to some crucifixes and set them on fire, and I would love to watch that. To watch that religious zealot bastard get his comeuppance.
Again, folks.
Okay.
I want to point out that I find pretty funny, just so you know, and I am bringing politics into this. I am a Bernie supporter. I am a Bernie Sanders supporter. I promise there's a point to this. There is an article out there that challenges you to determine whether a quote was said by the High Sparrow or by Bernie Sanders. And it's very, very difficult. It's fucking hilarious. It's talking about the small people, and it's talking about the beggars, and it's talking about, like most of the country, and that most of the country wants or needs something. And it's pretty funny. It's trying to differentiate what Bernie Sanders has said versus the High Sparrow.
So are you trying to tell me that Obama, since he's seen all 10 episodes so far of this season, gave that quote to Bernie Sanders and Bernie Sanders used it?
What quote are you talking about?
Whatever quote you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about mini quotes that the High Sparrow and Bernie Sanders have both said throughout the series throughout the series of the High Sparrow and throughout the campaign. They've thrown them on a webpage, a bunch of them, and you have to guess who it is that said it. And it's a very difficult quiz.
I mean, I like that. The High Sparrow and how you talk about how he got to that point was interesting, but also I think he's holding back something, because I don't think he's telling the whole truth, but again, he could be telling the truth.
I don't know. I think he is telling the truth. I mean, if he was holding something back, I think people would have figured it out by now. Is because of the fact that he is constantly in rags. He is constantly eating basically broth with nothing else in it. I mean, he's constantly being a beggar, even though he doesn't have to be. It's not like those Christian preachers out there who are like, give to the church, and then they have like multi-billion-dollar houses. That's not what's going on here. The man is living the life of poverty, and he really truly is. And I don't know. I think that he is genuine. He's just a fucking asshole.
Well, he's crazy though.
And he needs to be stopped. I think he completely and totally believes what he is saying. He is not disingenuous. He's not hiding anything. He's just, his beliefs are not that are of judgment. His beliefs are of judgment, and that's.
All right, fine. But then maybe the High Sparrow is an asshole, but he's not as bad as I thought it was.
Well,
However, that fucking nun. Oh my God! I really wish somebody would tear her head off.
Oh, I'm sure Marjorie will by the end of the season.
Yeah.
But you can look at the High Sparrows.
I swear, if that woman says the word confess again, I really hope somebody kicks her in the vagina. I really hope somebody does.
The High Sparrow's religious views can also, I won't say compare to, but it can almost be like a mirror image to the no-face gods. How they're pretty much saying how the gods are like this and that. It's like,
That's just it. This is what pisses me off about the High Sparrow. Is again, I believe he believes what he is saying. But all the text, all the biblical text on this, they end up referring to some of the text when he's talking to Marjorie. And he's all like, all right, do you know what happened when this and this and this happened? And she's all like, yeah, I know it. It's was Bible text that was read to me when I was a child. His story, not his God story, not his prophet story, not someone from 2,000 years ago, 1,000 years ago, or even 40 years ago, but him. He is the story that is in their biblical text. He's the God of this religion. And what kind of bullshit is that?
Well, it's called Scientology. That's
God, no, shut up, Isaiah. But no, their religion does not have a singular God. Last time I checked, it was 7 gods.
Okay, but then he's one of them. His story is told in their religious text. I mein, what the fuck, dude?
But the religious text was not talking about a god. He was talking about a normal man.
Okay, it still means that their religion is younger than he is.
Right.
Who cares about religions? I don't.
Well, High Sparrow does.
No, we're not talking about religion itself, thank God. We're just talking about, like, how fucking douchey this douchebag is.
Well, he's just a doucher.
You know what? From now on, I'm going to call him Douchey McDoucherson.
How about High Douche? His name is High Douche.
High Douche.
High Douche.
When they explain the no-face God, that's actually
cool. Don't explain anything.
What? I was on
We don't want to know the Isaiah. Gods are nowhere near Mr. Douche.
Isaiah. This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. Okay?
You know I was trying to explain here, but you guys kept interrupting me, so it was like...
Dario and Dora are...
Before we go back there, let's go back to Castle Black and bring up the story, the little moment with Brienne, Stavros, and Melisandre.
Oh, you mean an awkward moment? Like, awkward moment.
It was awkward, but it was needed. Because she tells them straight up, I killed your king. But the question remains is, will Melisandre confess to burning the princess at some point?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute. I could have sworn that the guy with the missing 4 fingers, I can't remember his name.
Stavros.
No, Bravos is the name of the city.
I didn't say Bravos. I said Stavros.
Stavros?
Yes, his name is Stavros. Some shit like that.
Whatever. But I thought he was there. He
wasn't.
He wasn't there, man.
The king, Stannis didn't let him leave. He went, and then he sent him back to get food and horses.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was about to sacrifice his daughter. If he would have stayed, his daughter would have never got sacrificed because he wouldn't have allowed it. He would have either stole her or convinced the king to not do it. That's why he sent him back to Castle Black.
Yeah. He's an honorable man. And Stannis, he's not honorable anymore.
That's right, because it was actually Stannis, the fire bitch, and then also Stannis' wife. They were there.
Now, here's the thing, and we're getting slightly into wild speculation, but you have this god, if he even fucking exists,
the Lord
who gave the fire bitch, who gave Melisandre this power, and then gave her a prince basically someone that she's supposed to protect and save and help take over the 7 kingdoms, and she ended up choosing the wrong guy. What if that isn't the goal? What if that is not the thing that she is supposed to do? She was told that was what she was supposed to do, but what if she's being lied to? What if she is a curse?
Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. Maybe her visions deceived her. That's what the notion I was getting at.
Yeah.
When I first realized that maybe at first she saw Stannis, but then when she went to Castle Black, her vision started to change theories, and it was supposed to be Jon Snow the whole time.
That's just it. Is whoever it is, it's supposed to be a prince, and Jon Snow is not a prince yet.
Well, we don't know. What if he was Rhaegar's son, and then he does become a prince?
We'll see. We'll see. That's just
there's just so many theories that we will never know until we go back to the Tower of Jorgasm.
All right, so now we have Dario and Jorah arriving in Dothrock. Of course, Dario figures out that Jorah has grayscale, but it's not a big deal because apparently Jorah's all like, "Oh, don't worry, I didn't touch the weapons that are going to touch you." Whatever.
Okay.
But they finally catch up with Daenerys and set this plan.
You're forgetting, dude. Before they got up with Daenerys, he got his ass whooped and threw dirt. And the dirt.
Oh my God! What was he? What was the plan behind that?
Fucking funny.
That was funny. Like, dude, why
because he threw dirt and he missed. It like went.
Even the dude looked like, they were like, really, dude?
What did you just do? What was that?
You could have hit me in the eye, but you missed.
But you guys do realize that the two that got killed were the two that were talking shit to Daenerys.
Was it?
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Funny.
Ironic. That's called karma.
Or it's called. I mean, you already have established actors, so you want to reuse them again.
Yeah, but it's still called karma.
Okay.
Isaiah, do you even understand the definition of the word ironic?
I don't know, Wayne. You tell me. You tell me so much. Because you think you know it all. Tell me.
That's not what was going on with those men. Was not fucking ironic. It was karma.
So, of course, she goes in there. She fucking knocks the fire down, and somehow the building was set to where it was extremely flammable. Which I think they actually like maybe poured oil all over the place or some shit like that because that fire was spreading fast. Yeah. Now there was probably they were probably oil braziers. I always called them braziers. That's not how it's pronounced. Braziers. In the first place, but still, it ended up seeming like it traveled pretty fast. And of course, they made it to where the doors were locked from the outside somehow.
The women did that.
The women did that? Oh, so they got help.
Yeah, the two. Look at it like this: the two girls, the old queen and the young queen, walked Daenerys in, and then they did their thing. They dropped her off, and then they walked out. They probably got help from Jorah and Sir Pimp-a-Lot.
Dario.
With the weapon.
It's me, Dario.
To kill them, but I believe the girls did it because they walked up from the back of the crowd to bend a knee. So the girls had to have locked the door and killed the two doofballs outside.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
And then probably to your theory as far as how fast that shit went up in a blaze of glory, they could have spread oil from the outside without anybody noticing it to help the fire blaze quickly because... I mean, yeah, she put her hand on the thing, and the fat cow was looking at her like, "Yo, this bitch is crazy."
Well, that's it. Is imagine how hot that was, and she put her hand on there like it was
nothing.
Like nothing, because she is the unburnt, and that is actually something we were talking about, I believe, in the very first episode of these hangouts this season. Is whether or not, or maybe it was something we talked about in a private discussion, but whether or not she is invulnerable to fire completely and totally. And the argument was, by everyone except me, by the way, that she was only invulnerable because of a spell and it was temporary.
I never thought of that, but okay.
And look, bitches, bitch can't be burnt.
Nope. She can't catch the ninja.
She can't catch the ninja?
She can't get burnt.
Wow,
that sounds like a song reference that I'm unaware of.
I'm surprised no one's actually sung it. Oh, nah. I'm good.
All right, do we have anything else we want to talk about other than Brienne's really going to get her swerve on?
Is she going to get her swerve on? Because, I mean, homie looking at her like...
I'm sure she's going to get her swerve on, yeah. Because the way that he was looking at her... She was looking at him the same way.
No, she was looking at him like, yo, why do you keep staring at me like something's wrong with me? Do I got some meat in my teeth or something?
No, she was like, I don't know. She was kind of like sideways looking like.
She's looking sideways because homie looking at her like she was a piece of meat.
We'll see.
I
She's a
mean,
beautiful lady in
no.
real life.
they're both 6
No,
feet
hold
tall.
on.
We held on, Charles. Go.
Come on, hurry
Yes.
up.
I think, just like I said in my opening statement, Tormund looked at her and he was thinking in his head, I'm going to fuck that.
Yes, we know that.
Wow.
That's
We're-
what we
we're-
were just.
We are discussing that point, Whedon. You know, we're trying to do it in an essence where it's respectable to our viewers.
Yeah, but you don't give a fuck, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
In any case, I that she is not entirely opposed to the idea.
she might not be, but it might take a little bit of timing for her to get to that point. Because remember, she's never been looked at by a guy like that.
Well, she has been seen nude by a guy before, just about a year ago, which
Was
for
it
us was
Jamie?
2 seasons. What's that? Yeah, because he ended up seeing her bathing, I believe, if I'm remembering.
They were
correctly.
both bathing in the same water, but on opposite
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you gotta
maybe that
understand. To her, she's always been looked at as a freak because she's freakishly tall as a woman, and she wants to be. So she sees this guy.
As far as I'm concerned, if she let her fucking hair grow out, I don't care if she's fucking 6 foot tall. She's pretty fucking attractive. Just her hair throws me off. With her hair, she looks too much like a man, and it's just I can't do that. But if she had long hair, that'd be a different story.
Yeah, but it's probably because this show wants her to have short hair. Maybe
Yeah.
once this show is done and then she pursues other careers, she might let her hair grow out.
Well,
Like I've got no problem with taller, beefier women, just so long as they don't, as they have everything else like curves and stuff. But
Well,
whatever.
I take it you didn't see next week's preview?
No, I did not.
Okay, next week we get the new witch. That's going
Okay.
to talk to Tyrion and the spider.
Okay.
We get the White Walker King looking at Bran like, nigga, who the fuck are you?
Right. It's like, oh shit.
Okay.
In the dream sequence, because Bran is going to be knocked out in the dream sequence, and they're trying to wake him up. But all the White Walkers are looking at him like, yo, who is this fool standing in our tribe?
Right. Like,
Okay.
who's this kid?
And then
All right.
what they show.
And we do know that Bran is not necessarily tethered by time, so this could be in the present or it could be in the past.
I think it's in the present. I believe it's more in the present before they get to Castle Black, because it's in an icy form. It's in the ice area, but that scene is making you wonder, like, yo, what the hell is about to go down? Because they're trying to wake up. He's not with the three-eyed raven. He's by himself.
Okay.
So he could have been, trying to dream back to go to the Tower of Jorgasm,
And missed. And somehow missed.
and somehow misses and ends up finding them. That scene looks like it's going to be compellingly fucking awesome to watch.
Yeah.
And then,
All right.
like I said, the new witch, the new red witch that we're going to meet next week. And yes, she has the same medallion as Melisandre does across her neck.
Okay. And the only thing I know about her is supposedly she is even more powerful than Melisandre.
And she's also younger.
Well, yeah. Like, Betty White's younger. Like, 8 Betty Whites combined are younger.
Well, I'm not talking about that. She could be just as old, but I'm talking about she looks more like a teenage girl.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll actually probably watch that preview right after we end the hangout, which we're wrapping up soon. Do we have any other wild speculation? We've actually covered quite a bit already.
Nope.
Charles, we told you to write down your wild speculation. Did you write it down?
I don't have any wild speculation this time.
Okay, I thought I'd fuck with you.
I have a
Sometimes
speculation.
it works, sometimes it
I
doesn't.
have speculation too.
What's your speculation, Isaiah? Let's get the crap done before we get to the stuff.
Well, I think Cersei, she might save Melisandre, but I think she's gonna kill her and kill the rest of her enemies off. Maybe her son too, because
I'm assuming you mean Marjorie. Save Marjorie.
yeah, that too. Marjorie.
Yeah.
That's just stupid. Anyways, she might kill
She
Marjorie.
doesn't know
Might
who
kill her.
Melisandre is, so.
Oh, true.
Yeah, Isaiah, I don't see Cersei killing Marjorie because that's just too much work. She might try to poison her, but Marjorie's not stupid, and neither is Grandma Tyrell.
Yeah. That's just it. Is that if she saves Marjorie, but through her actions Marjorie comes to a good thing, first off, well, one, that's going to take her son away from her again. So maybe that might be a bad thing. But she would also be in the good graces of her son, like the best graces of her son. And Marjorie would owe her one hell of a favor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she might need that favor down the road.
House Tyrell would owe her one hell of a favor. Which, when it came to actually having troops to fight, say a giant Dothraki army, might come in and be important. Because the Tyrells do have the second largest standing army in the Seven Kingdoms, or five.
The problem there is Westeros is going to be fighting on two fronts. They're going to have to deal with Dorne, and then if and only if fucking Dany decides to take her goddamn troops and leave fucking Marine, and finally get to Westeros, because it's been taking her 15 years to leave that spot.
No, that's just it. Is my theory on that? I do have some wild speculation as I think about it. Is that this entire show seems to be like, let's whittle down the soldiers of every single army except for the final armies. I think the North is going to sweep in and it's going to fuck up the Lannisters, fuck up the Tyrells, and there's barely going to be an army left before basically before Daenerys comes back down and is like, all right, who's on my side, who's on theirs? And Jon Snow's all like, I'm on your side. And then both of their fucking armies just come and swoop down and just destroy fucking everything.
Well, what about the White Walkers though? They got one of the biggest armies so far.
The dragons will handle them.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
The dragons and Valyrian steel.
Class can kill White Walkers. That means dragons can kill White Walkers.
Well, that'll be interesting. See how that plays out. Yeah. Because again, this White Walker king or whatever, he has to be smart enough to actually know how to defeat a dragon, or pretty much find out some new ways to go around the dragon's flame, something like that. He can't just like, okay, this is a dragon, I'm gonna die. He gotta figure out something, right? He's the leader of all these dead people, right?
Okay, I think I know where you're going. You can't kill a dragon. I don't think the White Walkers can kill a dragon. They might not have the tools to do it. What they're hoping is you wipe out man, woman, and child. Dragons don't give a shit because they don't have no one to rule them. Dragons be doing their own thing. And as far as the White Walkers are concerned, they probably are under the impression there is no more dragons. Because remember, Daenerys got those eggs, they burnt Count Drogo, and then all the 3 eggs hatch, and she comes out the fire like, yo, I'm the mother of dragons. Fire don't hurt me.
I actually have another theory.
Enlighten us.
I think that this show is going to end with the end of the White Walkers and not with someone sitting on the Iron Throne. I think that they're going to leave that open because George R.
Oh, come on, man. Are you telling us they're going to pull a fucking Sopranos?
Yes.
Yes.
Fade to black?
Yes. I think that like Jon Snow and Daenerys are going to team up, destroy all the fucking White Walkers, and then have a larger army between them, those two armies combined, have more troops than all of Westeros, and then they're going to be like, all right, time to take the throne, and then fade to black.
Save that for a 2-hour HBO movie.
That would be awesome.
Or pretty much a full-length movie.
A what?
A full-length movie. Instead of an HBO movie, give me a full-length movie.
Isaiah, 2 hours is a full-length movie.
Yeah, but what he's referring to, instead of it being on HBO, when the theater would be a lot higher than it would have been on HBO.
They just say feature film.
As opposed to
I just said that.
Cable movie. That's not what you said, Isaiah.
Yes, I said full-length film. Come on now.
HBO movies are full-length films. What you meant is feature film. One that comes out in the theater, that's a feature film.
Yeah, I always go by full-length films.
Okay.
All right, so let's wrap things up. I want to thank everyone for watching. Deanna couldn't be with us; he's still been sick, but he does promise that he will be back next week. So
I don't believe that.
We'll see him then. I want to thank everyone for watching. Of course, check us out at geekstharound.com, youtube.com/geekstharound, on our various social media, Twitter, Facebook, Google+. Also, if you're on our Google+, join our new Google+ Spaces. The link is put in our Google community and Google page. Basically, it is real-time chat, or like basically forums for Geeks Around. So it's actually pretty awesome. Give us a call at 801-609-4687. That's 801-609-GOTR. Thanks everyone again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.